Because 123D Design is meant to add materials to entire solids and doesn't allow us to make a single solid out of multiple materials, we'll need to create thin three-dimensional solids that we can color independently to achieve the two-tone look we're looking for in our coin. It's also possible to achieve this by keeping everything as individual components when using your Create tools. In this example, the rim of the coin has been joined to the body of the coin. Since we want the rim to be shinier metal than the main body of the coin, we will make a small 3D cover to cover the top surface of our rim. To do this, we'll use the Project Geometry tool to create some geometry that we can extrude. Then we'll extrude this shape by a very small amount, by like 0.02 millimeters, since we only need to color the surface. After that, we'll use the material library to add colors to the body of our coin, and then a different color to the characters and to the rim. Lastly, if you want to 3D print your coin, we'll have an extra step where we combine the coin into one solid piece, and then export as a STL that can be opened by just about any 3D printing program. I'll start off by using the Project Geometry tool under the Sketch tab. I'll zoom in and then I'll select the rim as our sketch plane. Then I'll click again and I'll turn the rim into some sketch geometry. Then I'll select the Extrude tool from the Create tab and I'll extrude this geometry by only 0.02 millimeters. Once more, we're just trying to create a thin covering that we can color. I'll make sure it's selected on New Solid so that way we can color it independently. Next, I'll go ahead and hide the sketches so that way we can see what we're doing. Then I'll open up the material library and I'll select the main body of the coin and the handle by holding Shift. Now I'd suggest you take a moment to play around with all the different materials in here and try applying color overlays to see what you can get. For instance, I'm going to use the latex material, then I'll apply this bronze colored overlay. That way we have this dented look that really makes it look a little ancient, and it has a slight reflection to it too. Let me show you that process again. So I'll go ahead and just close this material library and deselect the parts. Now I'll select parts I want to color. I'll hold Shift to select multiple parts. And then I'll click on the material library. I'll select the material I want. I'll apply a color overlay and select the color I want. I'll close it, deselect the parts, and then we can take a look at it. Now that you have your model in 123 Design of your coin, you can take it one step further and actually 3D print this. To do this, you would have to combine all of our parts together using the Combine tool. First, I'll select the Combine tool from the toolbar up top. I'll click on one of our parts, and now with the second selector selected, I'll click and drag a box around the entire item. I'll make sure it says Join, and then I'll push Enter. This will combine all the parts so it's one solid piece. The reason why you want to do this is because when we export it as an STL, it'll export it as a single object. Go ahead and click on the 123D icon in the top left, and then click on Export to STL. Save it as a file, and then open up your 3D printing program and import this STL into it. Arrange it as you see fit, and go ahead and print it.